Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the waistband, and we're going to start at the point where you've already sewn on the waistband, the one that's got the interfacing on it, to the top of the shorts. There's a bottom curve on the waistband and a top curve. The bottom curve is the one that gets sewn to the shorts. So you're going to sew all the way around the top part of the waistband, and then that's when you can go and cut off any excess zipper that you might have at the very top. And then after that, you're going to flip the waistband up, and you're going to press the seam allowances up towards the waistband. So after you've pressed all around the seam allowances up towards the waistband, then you're going to take your waistband facing piece. And this is the piece that's going to be on the inside of the waistband. You are going to fold up about 3/8 of an inch along the bottom or the longer end of the waistband all the way around and press that really well. After you have pressed that, you're going to line it up and pin, and you're going to stitch across the top. And now on the front, you're going to decide if you want an extended tab or if you want it to be flush. So basically, the extended tab will have a little bit of excess fabric here, and then you can put your button in and it will extend past the center point. If you want it flush, it will look like that, and it will come straight up with this seam here on your fly. So you can decide if you wanted that extended tab to come across and the button will be over here, or if you want it to be flush here. So when you pin this on, you'll decide at this point, you'll either stitch up and over this way if you want it to be the tab, or you'll make a pin and you'll stitch it straight up from there if you want it to be flush. On this particular pair of shorts, I've decided I'm going to want the extended tab. And so instead of putting the pin here where it's straight up, I'm going to move that pin over about somewhere between 1 and 2 inches. So I think I'll do it at 1.5. And I'm going to pin that there. And I'm going to go straight up. So I'm going to just follow the same line, and I'm just going to go straight up at that location. The other thing you need to make sure you're doing is this portion of the waistband needs to be folded up, and this portion of the waistband facing also should be facing up before you stitch. Okay, so I just come to my machine. I'm going to back tack a little bit. So straight up. And then you sew all the way around the top part of the waistband. The other side of the waistband, the side where you have the bottom facing, you are going to sew right to the location where the bottom facing starts or stops. So you're going to come straight across there. So sew to there, and then make your turn, and then you're going to sew straight flush. So this part of the waistband is going to be flush with the underside of the waistband, or the fly face. Now at this point, I've sewn this extended tab. I'm just going to trim off the excess, and I'm going to cut this at a 45. And I'm going to do the same on the bottom waistband. I'm going to trim off the excess, cut that at a 45. So after you've trimmed off the excess and cut that at a 45, now you're just going to take and flip the waistband around so your right sides are out. So you'll do that all the way around at this point. And then you're going to take this over to your ironing board, and you're going to press this seam right here. So after you have flipped the facing to the inside and pressed it, then you take and put pins, and I pin on this side, the right side, because that's the side I'm going to end up sewing on. And you just need to make sure that you're catching the underside where you fold it over. So you go through the whole perimeter, and you place your pins and make sure you've caught the underside. Place your pin, make sure you pinned the facing, and you'll do that all the way around. Get over to your machine, and you'll just stitch around the bottom, taking the pins out as you go, and you can check every once in a while just to make sure that you're catching the underside facing. Use a long stitch here, maybe like a 3.0 or 3.5, because it's like a top stitch.